Hi everybody, my name is Jim, and I've been looking to do some screen printing at my house. Well, actually, I've been looking for get some T-shirts done, some basic one-color T-shirts. And every time I look at some place or go digital or online, they want $13, $20 for one shirt. And if I want 5 or 10 of the same shirt just to have so I can work around the house or just something with a logo that I like on it, I got to pay that money. So my background is I have 30 years in the screen printing industry. Everything from working on clamshell presses to automatic Sakurais to inline presses to the carousel t-shirt machines up to a 16 color M&R Challenger. I've worked on a lot of machines over the years. And I moved to Indiana about 2.5 years ago to work for a company out here that we manufacture UV inks for the screen printing industry. So I'm still in the industry, I'm just not printing as much as I used to. So, to go on a little bit further is I thought, you know what, I'm gonna buy a machine, stick it in my garage, and do some shirts on the side. One color, easy shirts. I could buy the t-shirts over at Walmart for $2.50, $3, or even if I want to get a whole bunch of them, I can go to American Apparel, get 144 of them for 60 cents each, various sizes, and not have to pay that money that everybody else is paying for a one color shirt on the back or a little pocket or design on the front. So I decided to make my own little t-shirt press to put in my garage that I can move around and use whenever I want. Well, the basics I know very easily. It's just the mechanics and how to build one. So the screen printing process is very simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through different tutorials as my websites continue for this YouTube webcast. But right now I'm going to show you what I built over this weekend. It's a very simple one color, one station t-shirt press that I made in about 3 hours, and it came out very well to the point that I'm looking forward to using it this week coming. The screen I have to get, we do have a lab that I can make screens, but I'd rather buy them and not have to disturb the company I work for. So I'd rather have somebody make them for me that knows what they're doing, and I want aluminum screens because they're much lighter than wood screens. Also, the wood screens tend to warp after they get wet, humidity, and you lose the tension that you want. So you can go from, let's say, 21 newtons down to 16 newtons if you have a lot of humidity in the garage. And as you can tell, I'm working in my garage. I don't have a lab, I have very low lighting, I don't have fluorescence above me. I'm doing this out of sunlight and during the day, and at nighttime I got 4 cans that I put in that's going to help me out at nighttime. But that's not the whole point. The point is to have me do some shirts on my own, and I needed something instead of buying a rinky-dink aluminum one from Amazon that I know is going to be a piece of junk when I get it. I thought I'd build a nice sturdy one that's going to hold me through for quite a while. I'm not going to increase it to 6 colors or 4 colors. I'm just going to keep it a nice one color machine, and if I do get busier, then I might look at investing in a bigger machine or a heavier duty way of building something like this into a 2-station 4-color carousel. Other than that, I'm not going to ramble anymore. I'm going to show you what I built. Here we go. So please don't look at the mess that I have here. But here it is. It's a very simple. Let me turn the light on. See if I can get some more light in here. Might be much better. So it's a one color, one station. I painted it gray just to give it contrast against the wood I'm using right now. A couple of things I did see on YouTube that I liked that people were doing, and a few things I didn't like because I know how it is and how important the palette is. So the actual most expensive part of it was this right here. And this is pine, it's layered, 3/4 inch. This is the second part of it, which is the base. It's cost $26. The wood, about 1 2x4. And I just happen to have a couple of smaller pieces that I used. But other than that, that's 1 2x4 going across. The length of this right here is 42 inches on the top one, and that's 17 down there. The 42 inch goes underneath here. And just draw it in. And what I did was I countersunk 2 under table or under wood mounting. Then I put 5/8 by 2.5 hectagon bolts. Just tighten it up in there. Nice and sturdy, not going anywhere. On top, I had one spring on this morning, but what I did was I put some L brackets. This is cheap L brackets that I had lying around. I think you can get these for, wow, probably 75 cents to $1 for 2 of them. These are these drywall screws are 1 inch, I believe, and then I got some 2 1/4. No, 1 1/4. These are 1 1/4. Just look at the box. And then these are 3 inch. So I'm going to go through all of it. The whole base of it's mounted from the bottom up. Total, I think I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, maybe 12 3 inch drywall screws. And then the rest is just mounted on there. Hinge is stainless steel. What I did do is I didn't see anybody else do it, but I actually used wood glue and put wood glue on the edges of each of the screws as they were going into the wood to give it a little bit more strength in the wood. The 2 springs, again, I bought the second one about 10 minutes, about a half an hour ago, to apply it to give it a little bit more spring up, because the first one literally wasn't strong enough to go down. What I did see what people were using was a piece of steel, or actually aluminum, and that seemed to be nice, but this was cheaper, and it works just as well with 2 C-clamps I got from Harbor Freight for 75 cents each. And then, of course, to mount it onto the table, I was trying to figure a way, because what happened was earlier when I was trying to mount it, I was pushing down on the table a little bit. It's like it was going to screen print, and it was popping up. So I thought, nope, that's not going to work. So I had a piece of wood that left over, and I mounted it to the back of this, and once I put it inside there, it locks it in place, and it's not going anywhere. So, all in all, I'm very happy with the way this came out. I do have a large format printer that will print 19 by 13, and which will give me the ability to use. Now this is industrial film for digital prints, and you can tell by the opacity for exposing it through a light source. It's unbelievable because it's non-transparent, and this will give me a good clean print. The printer is an Epson 15000, and it holds, like I said, 13 by 19, and you can do a large print for either towels or the backs of jerseys or sweatshirts and so on and so forth. The palette itself, again, it's part of this wood. What I did do is I sanded it down with 180 grade, and then I sprayed it with varnish. Actually, what was it? It was enamel, clear enamel, and then I used 320 grade sandpaper to sand it down to get a better finish, so that when I do put a shirt on, it doesn't snag it or anything like that. The edges are nice and clean, nice and round, no splinters at all. You're not going to get that on the shirt. What I am going to use is glue, spray glue. I think it's on 3M's 312 spray glue for this. But to clean it off, I'm not going to use any alcohol to clean it off. What you're going to do is you're going to apply it to the back of a rag, the 3M glue, and attach it, and you're going to pull it off like a Band-Aid and get rid of the old. Or I might even use on top of this a nice piece of masking film and lay it down nice and even before I put the spray on it. And the masking film, once it gets too thick with it, I can rip out the masking film and not damage the platen. There's a few things I can do, because typically on a platen they're using the wood that has that white base to it, or they're putting laminate on top of it, which I might even do that. I could put a laminate on top of this with some contact cement, and that might do the trick too. But I'm going to make sure that this is never ruined, because if you have any nicks in this, you're going to see the nicks right away on your shirt. So other than that, I'm very happy with it. I'm going to do some more work with it today. I think I'm finished with the work itself to make it. I have a screen at work I'm going to pick up tomorrow. I'll be in the lab tomorrow anyways. I'm going to buy 2 more screens. And the company I'm going to buy my products from, since we don't sell t-shirt products, t-shirt inks, and the t-shirt industry, because we only sell for the UV companies, is I'm going to buy from a company called Midwest Signs. They're a local company here. They're all over the United States. I think there's 8 different locations. If you're in California, I do suggest to go to McLogan. They're one of the best ones, and there's 2 locations for McLogan. There's a company in San Diego. I don't remember the name of it. But Midwest Signs, don't go on Amazon and get an ink that you're going to be unhappy with. Let the professionals at Midwest Signs tell you what to do. I'm going to use a water-based, because I don't have a drying system. What I'm going to do is old school, is I'm going to have a clothesline and print 10 at a time, or whatever I'm going to do for that job. Use clothes hangers, hang them on top until they dry to the touch, and then put them inside the you put them inside out. After that, you throw them in your dryer for 20 minutes, and that will cure the shirt 100%. I've done it in the past. It works very well, and with the new dryers, they're even hotter, especially with the gas-powered ones. You get a good dry compared to an electric one. An electric one, you seem to get static, but that's just throw a cloth in there and you're fine. But that is old school for me. The squeegee I'm going to use an 80 durometer. The screens I'm going to get are going to be 24 by 20, I believe, because I want to go a little bit outside this. This palette is 24 by 17, 18. No, this palette is 24 by 20. So the screen's going to be 26 by 20, I believe. I want to go 2 inches outside. You don't want to keep it to the edge, your frame against the edge of the palette. You want to go outside that. So what I did was, on this part right here, on where the chase is, this is called a chase, where the chase is, I put it over the palette. And the reason is because I don't want it to have it go on the outside of it. I'd rather have my frame's going to be 1.5 by 1.5 on the frame itself. So that's going to stick out about maybe 1/4 of an inch, which is perfectly fine. These are going to hold onto the inside of it perfectly straight and strong. And this is going to hit the shirt. Now, I'm going to put some velvet on the bottom of this so I don't damage the shirt at all. But I kept it like this so that I don't have to worry about off contact. My off contact's set every single time. And if I do have to raise it up, I can raise it up by putting pieces of felt on the bottom of the chase so that you can raise my off contact up just enough that I need it a little bit higher. But once you remember, you have that peel. So if you're a puller, your peel starts here and it ends over here. So at this point, you're going to be higher by almost 1/2 inch. If you're a pusher, then you have to make sure that you have no off contact over here, because your peel starts on this end and is pushed over. There will be parts that I will have to adjust as I'm going, but for what I'm happy with, I'm happy it came out this good. It's very clean, it's very strong, it's not going to break down, and it's going to be consistent on my prints. I hope it was informative. It was for me to watch other people's videos on how to get a good table made at 1 color. And again, if I get busier and if I really want to go to a 2 color or 4 color or a 6 color, then I'm going to have to go into a lot of more detail about starting to expand and get out of the garage and go someplace, because I only got half the garage. The other part of the garage is for my wife's car. So, but other than that, as process goes, you'll see more videos on this one. All I wanted to do is show you how this came out. I didn't do a build video because I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do, because I'm not an engineer. I'm a screen printer, and all I do is work on presses. I don't fix them or make them. I did go to M&R though, and they have an amazing facility over in Illinois. It's almost like they're building cars, because they were building everything, their carousels and their clamshells and their inlines, everything. And it's an amazing company. So that's it for now. And if you have any comments, please let me know what you think. And if you have any questions, I can answer any question you have. I do have quite a bit of experience in the field. And right now I am a technical sales representative. So I do deal with the UV companies and LED companies for curing inks, because that's what we mainly make is an ink for the LED and UV curing systems for POP and membrane and overlays for the computer industry. So if you have any questions at all, please let me know. And the company I'm going to be opening up soon is going to be just a one color, one shirt for $7, because I don't want people paying more than $10 for a shirt that's easy to do. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please comment if you have any questions. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.